What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Please go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Um, I thought I was too far behind. Like I thought, like the whole courtroom drama, I thought that had already subsided. But I guess people are still talking about everything going on at the courthouse. I can tell by some of the comments that I was getting in some of my videos too that this is still kind of like a hot topic. So why not why not AT2 give his opinion? So let's go. Now, T-Ty, you lying because you ain't deposit no check in. I just checked my Cash App and I didn't see no goddamn check. Definitely. But anyway, what's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Talk the Real Deal with AT2. And yes, I'm your boy AT2. How everybody doing? How everybody living? How everybody feeling today? What's up, what's up, what's up? What's up, Poetic Poems? What's up, the Tea Lounge? Nice to see you here. What's up, Darcy? What's up, Peaches? What's up, Denitria? Shout out to Denitria. And thank you, Darcy. I love seeing my members, by the way. I love seeing all the green. Who else we got here? What's up, Moni? What's up, Ola? Who was here first? Hold on. Miss ATLian Stan, Foreign Bay, Denitria, Pure Tea. Shout out to Pure Tea. Shout out to Beautiful. What's up, Waffles, Biscuits? Hello, hello, hello. All right. So enough with the pleasantries. So as you guys know, earlier, or I should say last week, we kind of really focused on the whole BJ controversy with the whole line situation. I sent this in because of the video that I sent this publicly. I put it in my membership, right? But basically, if you are Caucasian, please do not try to discuss with me about racism and what's the definition of racism. Now, you're allowed to have your opinion as far as, oh, I don't think this is racist or anything like that. Because mind you, I never called the girl racist. Did I say Karen? Yes. Did I say that there was a lot of microaggressions? Yes. Did I say that it might be a lot of cultural differences? Yes. I said all that, but I never said the word racist. If you took the words that came out of my mouth to mean racist, then it is what it is. Don't be racist. Why y'all got me on here acting a fool already? It's your fault, Prissy. Shout out to Mary. What's up, Mary? Y'all got me acting a fool, and I just started the show. Damn it. Let me make sure. I had to make sure my lips wasn't dry while I was acting a fool. But yeah, that's my thing. Shit, don't be racist then. If you're worried about it, just don't be racist. That's it. But yeah, I'm not going back and forth in the chat. I'm not even liking or hearting any of that shit. The situation is what it is. I'm going to believe the majority than the minority. That's how I feel. Like when we look at the situation, you have Sam, the Tea Lounge. I had Celebrity Scandalous on my show. Queen Amada Shakur did a show. There's so many other people that were there that also had their interpretation of what happened during that line situation. And then you take the table situation. Okay, it is what it is. What's up, Love Jones? We got Coco up in the building too. Shout out to Coco. Oh, what's up, Celebrity Scandalous? How you doing? Yeah. So I got all those sides and all those perspectives, and I'm sorry to say, BJ lost. That's it. I did not watch her video with her husband doing the hostage video. You know who else used to do hostage style videos where it looks like they're reading like in front of like a piece of paper and like, I was there on December 30th, 1994, and da 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 da. I didn't watch none of that shit. I didn't watch it. I didn't need to see it. I already had the other side, so I'm all like, yeah, I don't need to. It is what it is. Again, I think it's a situation where these people had built that camaraderie, they were family, and then you have somebody coming and then feeling like, oh, I can do whatever, or I can say whatever, and I know that I'm right. And just because you are somebody on YouTube does not make you somebody in real life. I'm gonna repeat that one more time because a lot of YouTubers like celebrity scandalists need to hear this. Just because you're somebody on YouTube doesn't mean you're somebody in real life. I just came from the grocery store. That's why I was a little late. I just came from the grocery store. Guess how many people recognized AT2? Zero. Nobody. Because I'm somebody on YouTube, but in real life, I'm nobody. I'm just gonna say it. Yeah, I was about to say repeat. Yeah, exactly. Somebody we somebody on YouTube, but in real life we nobody. And if you think that you're gonna come and tell these people this and that and how the way things are gonna be ran, yeah, that no. Not at all. I haven't even got to the Tisa part yet. Calm y'all asses down. Hashtag calm your ass down. I haven't even got to the Tisa part yet. Damn it. All right. Anyway, so yeah, that's that situation. No hate to that woman, whatever. BJ, do your thug thizzle. Like I said, I was already done with it. I wasn't gonna do like a continue thing. I guess she's doing her documentary. Okay, that's fine. But the documentary, I wasn't there, so I ain't gonna be in the documentary. So yeah, I ain't got nothing to worry about. Also, let's talk about Armon. I feel like since Tisa is like the main character, we'll say Tisa for last. So Armon said he's done with the oil, and he ain't doing no more oil. He's done with it. I think Armon, it was a learning lesson for him. But I'm gonna say this, and y'all ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say. It kind of just goes into that thing about the new media being wild and they don't know how to act and stuff like that. He kind of fed into that narrative. And it's just a reminder, like, to those people, you always just gonna be a nigga. And that's what he was. I know, MJE. Why ain't they like it? Hit that goddamn like button. I ain't doing all this talking for nothing. Yeah, and Tasha, I hated to put it like that, but yeah, it just kind of proves like, oh yeah, we expect this from you. We don't expect nothing different. Unfortunately, that's the way that they seen the situation. So as far as it ruining his life or anything like, no. They was all like, oh, we expect this from you. This is how y'all act. Yeah. That whole scene after the trial and everything like that. It's still weird to me how like people were like Team Diddy after the trial. I was like, whoa, hold on now. Because technically the man isn't free. The man is still being charged with prostitution. Like that's not going away. That was the obvious charge right there. Now, it is a win for Diddy technically because he did not get life in prison. Now, if he got life in prison, that would be, dun. It would have been over. But he got the lesser of the severe charges. So, saying that he won, it's a stretch. A stretch. Because at the end of the day, he's still a shitty person. You got to think about all his artists that he done cheated out of, all the people he screwed over. We still skeptical about what his relation to was with Tupac's murder and Biggie's murder. Like he's not a good guy, like let's be clear about that. He's still a very shitty person. Did y'all hear about Faith Evans being sued by Valletta, Biggie's mom, like being sued by the estate because she got $100 million or something like that? I gotta look into that. We gotta talk about that. Faith gonna get that money some way, somehow. Now you see why Stevie J was with her. You know Stevie J asked for alimony too, right? Yeah, and Diddy's still doing time. Yeah, exactly. Celebrity scandalous, all that celebrating and stuff like that. I'm like, chill on that. What's up, Roxy? And also too, oh, controversial. And I was thinking this: all those documentaries, are they going to like stop the new ones from coming, and or cancel, or take off the ones that they've already shown? Like, are they going to get rid of those documentaries, or are they going to keep them? Or the new ones coming out, are they going to change? Because like, now that we know Jay-Z and Beyonce or Jaguar Wright wasn't at the freak off, it's kind of like, oh, okay, well, they weren't there. It's just like a private, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that salacious. So anybody coming with like some kind of salacious Diddy story, we gonna look at it like there's a new lawsuit with Diddy about like he forced some guy to his team held this guy down and forced him to give the BJ's, not the BJ, the witness lady, but BJ's. Force y'all. I'm just like, I thought after the trial, the civil lawsuits would stop. I thought that would be over with, but no, they're still going on. They're still going on. I just feel like a lot of these conspiracy theorists, they don't have no pool no more. Like, honestly, anytime somebody says, "Oh, I'm doing an interview," there's a new interview about Diddy or a new lawsuit, a new this, new that, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in it anymore, because I'm just all like, okay, they've been telling us this for so long. When the trial happened, nothing happened, nothing went down. Now, I will say this: there's still some things that can come out about Diddy. For those of you who don't know, Jeffrey Epstein, he was charged in 2008, right? And then he did some kind of program, like he got 13 to 18 months or something like that. He ended up doing 13 months. And then after that, that's when in 2019, it got picked up again by the Southern District of New York. So it's possible that Diddy is going to be hit, in multiple states, because Jeffrey Epstein got hit in Florida. Then it went to the Southern District of New York. So, excuse me, again, it's possible it could be more. But I'm all like, anytime I see Tony Busby, Tyrone Blackburn, Ariel Mitchell, anytime I see those names, my dick goes soft, because I'm just all like, liars. Yeah, they looking for clout chasing moments, and just like the Ashley Parham story, when they said it happened in Orinda, guys, I literally live like 15 minutes away from Orinda, because that's how close I am to Orinda where this situation happened. People don't be in Orinda. The people in Orinda are old white people. That's who lives in Orinda. It's no colors. Celebrity scandalous, you know what I'm talking about. There's no colors there. So that story didn't even make any sense to me, like how all that went down. I was all like, in Orinda? Orinda? If you from the Bay Area and you hear Orinda, you automatically, something's a little fishy. Um, he was not on trial for the actions that happened. Correct. He was not on trial for the stuff that happened in the civil case. However, Cassie's case was a civil case, and they picked that up. With these other stories about they were rubbed with baby oil and they passed out, get the fuck out of here with that. He rubbed baby oil on me and then I passed out. They had y'all believing that they was rubbing baby oil on people and they was passing out. The shit was too much, y'all. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. What's up, Joy? Mm-mm. Right, right. I was all like, Orinda? No, that was just random. Like, I was like, no. People are entitled to their feelings, but feelings aren't facts. Yes, that is true. Shout out to Measure Man. Um, it struck me as truly weird that Parham case allegedly took place in Orinda, California. Just no way. Yeah, it's just random. Yeah, if you're from here and they're saying Orinda, you're like, what? Huh? And remember, that's the lawsuit with Drewski, Jaguar Wright, and all that. Like, they're all in this lawsuit. And then it's coming to find out Drewski wasn't even famous at the time, and it didn't make any sense. Why don't they deserve their day in court? They can go to court. Listen, I'm fine with them going to court. It's just that the fact that their stories are bullshit. And I can't say all of them are bullshit, but the majority, anything with Ariel Mitchell, Tony Busby, Tyrone Blackburn, I'm calling bullshit. Perfect example. Tyrone Blackburn is representing Little Rod, right? Little Rod had been trying to get funding so he could sue Diddy, right? Little Rod thing, he never mentioned anything sexual and all this other stuff going on. His thing was like, Diddy did not pay me for the songs that I did. When he linked up with Tyrone Blackburn, that's when it came out with all this sexual stuff and all this other freaky shit. And mind you, I will give him credit. Daphne, he put Daphne in that lawsuit saying that she was a working girl. Turns out she was a working girl. I'll give him credit for that. I'm not going to say that he doesn't know anything, but if it was about him not getting his money, then it should have stayed on that. The parts about like Cuban Gooding Jr. rubbing up on him and trying to like that, yeah, again, and Tyrone Blackburn has been proven to be a liar, just like Tyrone Blackburn represented Bonna. Bonna was a civil case, and they put that in the federal case. So we can't just say, oh, it's civil, that's why. No, they put Bonna, Don Richard from Danity Kane. Don, they made her testify, and she had a civil case, so that's not all the way true. Like I said, if the feds picked it up, that means that they felt like there was some legitimacy to it. Don't forget, Tony Busby had a 1-800 number so you can call if you were a victim. And this is after he said he already had 120 victims. But he wanted you to call. And yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just don't believe it. Now, it can, like I said, it can still go to court. I don't mind. Yeah, it should go to court, right? But if it's found out not to be true, I have a feeling that Diddy is going to sue. I don't believe that content creators are going to be sued yet. I think if anything, it's going to be the people filing these cases. That's what's going to happen. The people filing cases, and then it comes out that they're lying or there's some kind of plot behind the scenes, just like Jay-Z, even though his case was thrown out. I think a lot of these people are going to be, these celebrities are going to fight back. These celebrities are going to fight back. They're not taking it anymore. Jay-Z was kind of like that person that they needed to kind of stick his neck out. After he stuck his neck out, now all of a sudden they all want to fight. Originally, they probably all would have just settled, but now they all want to fight. This is true. Jurors didn't want to be there. Oh yeah, they was trying to leave before 4th of July. Let's be clear. The 4th of July had a lot to do with it. They was all like, we need to hurry up and get the fuck out of here before 4th of July. So they was all like, yeah, let's go ahead and get out of there. You know, that's what they were thinking. But I do believe that the only thing that I could see that they might have rushed was the sex trafficking with Cassie. That's the only thing I can think of, like, they could kind of go either way with that. With Jane Doe, her being paid, still getting her apartment paid, her having Diddy's lawyers and all this. And remember I had Sam on my channel and he was doing his impersonation of Jane Doe and all that. And he was all like, yeah, she sounded exactly like this. I was like, oh, she wasn't even like convincing her. Yeah. Yeah. I still stand on that. Jane Doe was the one that effed up the case. When they had Jane Doe on the stand, they should have treated Jane Doe like they did Gina. Say, oh, we don't need you no more. Once they had Gina up there, I mean, because they realized Gina probably was bought and paid for, so they was like, okay, let's not have Gina. They should have realized that with Jane Doe, that she was bought and paid for. And then also to you guys, the case went on too long. Sean's teams don't care about CC's. Dude is fighting for his life. But remember, onion has many layers. That is true. Yeah, I agree. I don't think he cares about the CC's. I think it's going to be these people filing the civil cases because he's going to try to recruit those lawyer fees and stuff like that. Okay. Did we finish up with Armon? I said basically Armon did some nigga shit and they expect it from him. So I don't think this ruined his career. Shout out to him. I know that he's trying to whatchamacallit, get on Wake Up with Angela Yee. Hopefully he does get the job. You know, I'm always a proponent for cheering people on, hoping that the best for them. Hopefully he does get the job. Now, did I believe his apology that he put out about the whole oil situation? No, but he did what he had to do. You know, hopefully he got him a PR team to help him clean up and stuff like that. Hopefully he takes a few speech classes and all that good stuff. And then, he should be good to go. All right, moving on. All right, the main event. Let's talk about Tissa Tails. Okay, so Tissa Tails, right? Let me say this, unpopular opinion. While everybody else was trying to get their moment, go out and party, Tissa was working. I didn't see Tissa really out, partying, drinking, taking pictures and all that other stuff, And if she did, I didn't see it. Tissa came with the mission like, yo, I'm going to make the most out of this. I'm going to do my shit. And that's what Tissa did. She made sure that she was going to get some kind of TV show or some she was going to get something out the deal. She was going to get something out of it. I cannot hate on that. Again, we can go with, what's up, Winnie? Tissa is a liar, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the day, nobody was doing it like Tissa. Nobody was doing it like her. Now, am I saying that, oh, maybe y'all should have lied? No, I'm not saying that. Again, I think when it comes, here's the thing too. I would say from what I've seen during her lives and stuff like that, she was definitely pro-prosecution, and she was definitely anything bad with Diddy, she was hyping it up, and just like YouTubers do, right? The only lie like I actually caught myself was before the trial. That was the whole Jay-Z when she had said, oh, it was 2003, and clearly the girl said 2000, right? So that was something that I caught beforehand. But during the trial, I don't know exactly what, because I mean, at the end of the day, people were just, I wasn't watching everybody goddamn live to like point it out, but I could tell you before, I could tell you, okay, this is what she got incorrect or what she tried to manipulate and all that shit, right? To make it sound like it was true. I can tell you that off top. And I think she still got the video up saying that it was 2003. So I can definitely tell you that. But as far as like pinpointing during the trial, what she said, I wasn't watching like that. Like I would kind of listen to what the YouTubers were saying. And then, of course, everybody kind of had their own interpretation of what was going on, but it wasn't far off. Like it wasn't, I can't even think of something like over dramatic or something that is like so far out there. I guess the only thing that I can think of is like, possibly who was testifying, and she probably got it wrong. But I think other people also put out there like, oh, this person is testifying or that person's testifying, because you were kind of hearing the names. And then later on, once you realize that, okay, it's not going to be all these different celebrities testifying, I think everybody kind of cooled off on that shit. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, you know. I have 130. Yo, not 130. Y'all are crazy. She lied about the doctor. What's up, Jackie? How you doing? She even lied saying that when Kanye showed up, he talked to her. I thought that was Stephanie. No, oh, that was Rotten Mango. That was about like Diddy turned around and said, "I know you," but I guess they were talking to the lawyer and not Stephanie. But she thought, yeah, okay, yeah, no, I didn't hear about that. She said Kanye talked to her. Tisa is not black. I disagree. I wholeheartedly disagree. Can we talk about it for a minute? Let's talk about it. You know, they call AT2 the race guy. I don't mind. Y'all can say I'm the race guy. Okay, all right. I'd rather be the race guy than out there sucking dick. So pick your poison, right? So when it comes to Tisa, because I know that was a part of the argument, like she hate black people and all this stuff. Y'all, Tisa does not look like white passing. Like, yes, she is light-skinned, but she is not white passing. Like, she lives over in Europe. I don't think like those Europeans be like, oh, that's a nice watch, lady. I don't think they'd be like, that's a nice watch, lady. You know how they talk over there. I don't think they say that at all. You know, like, I think she looks black. Hold on, let me take that back because I said I think. She looks black. She looks like a light-skinned, yeah, like I have light-skinned people in my family like her. Like, she's black, y'all. Like, I would see, like, if she was like the fairest of them all and with a slender nose and like, and as I understand, like both of her parents are mixed. They're black and mixed. And so then, you know, but yeah, she looked black to me. Like, I'm confused. I'm confused. Like she doesn't look like she's passing for anything. Like when I look at her, like I see black. Oh, perfect. Yes, Lisa Bonet. Lisa Bonet. Because I telling you the truth, I don't even like saying like she looks mixed. I think if the cops pulled her over, they would say, oh, they would mark black. I don't think they would mark other things. That's my personal opinion. I don't think they would mark anything else. I thought she was a stand-in. You didn't think she was black? What does she look like? Oh, I thought she lived in Europe. She doesn't live in Europe? She's just light-skinned. Like y'all are crazy. Y'all know nothing about nothing shit. Yeah, she's just light-skinned. Is this the reason? Yeah, I feel like we going back into the Kamala thing. I feel like we're going back into that. Like, yeah, like I don't do her birth certificate says that's a good question. Let's ask Tisa if we can see her birth. Like, I'm just like, I find it crazy because I'm all like, what do y'all what okay, let's go ahead and put it in the comment section. 30 seconds. What does Tisa look like? I'm like, she black. Like, and it's not even like a passable, like, she could like change like the way she looks and then she can pass for something else. Like, I and here's the thing, because I think black people have their own interpretation of what black is, and because of that, we think like, oh, this person look mixed up, or whatever, right? And I feel like sometimes we get into this conversation about featureism or looking black. I feel like when you guys say, oh, somebody needs to look black, you're thinking like, oh, they need to look like they from the jungle or some shit. Like, you guys have an interpretation like black only looks a certain way. When if you go to the continent of Africa and you see those black people, they look like whatever, because you literally, black people are the first human. Like the Eve gene, only black people can produce different people. Black people can't come from a white person. Only black people can populate the world. I'm going scientific on y'all. Going scientific. Only black people can populate the world. But I do not think if Tisa gets pulled over by the cops, they're going to mark Caucasian or Asian. I think they're going to mark black on it. And I don't watch Tisa every day, but I've heard Tisa say many a times that she was black. I've never heard her say she's anything but. I've never heard that. I've never heard her say she's anything but black. And her roots look black, you know? Like, I feel like if they needed to hit a quota, they would put black. I don't agree with what y'all saying, like she don't look black. Like, do y'all not have light-skinned people in your family? I feel like honestly, like, y'all probably don't love yourselves, and so y'all see somebody lighter hue, and so you're threatened by them. And it's all like, black can come in so many shades. And it's so crazy too, because even like certain mixed people, when you see them, they look black. Like, for example, Roxy is mixed, but that's a whole black woman. I would never go, oh, Roxy, you a Caucasian woman. That's a whole black woman right there. So, I don't agree with that. I don't agree at all. And I don't know. I know that she's mixed with Asian. I think I heard y'all say Filipino and stuff like that, but I don't see her like. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, we done. I'm done with it. So for this conversation, I'm just gonna say that she's black. If you want to say that she mixed or whatever, that's fine. But I don't think she's blackfish because what I'm hearing y'all say is like she blackfishing us, and I'm all like, she's not. Rachel Dolezal, she Rachel Dolezal in us. Yeah. And again, like I said, all right. Anyway, besides that, let's move on. Okay, so with Tisa, right? I feel that she realized that, okay, this might be my moment to really break out. And so she probably felt, I got to do what I got to do to make it. So because she had that hunger in that fight, she was willing to do anything. Now, do I agree with everything? No. Definitely when it's a situation like this and you're just hell bent on Diddy is horrible, Diddy is a bad guy, Diddy is this, Diddy is that, and you don't give the other perspective of the trial, that's where it gets fishy. That's where it hurt her. Because at the end of the day, even there was a lot of content creators who reported on it, And when it came to, and I'll give you an example like I did earlier, when it came to Jane Doe and her testimony, everybody was kind of like, yeah. Like in the beginning with Cassie, even though there's people who didn't really believe Cassie and stuff like that, like you could see like Cassie obviously went through some shit with Diddy, right? Even if you say, oh well, she accepted it at the time and blah 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 blah, you still know that, right? You know that she was a victim of something. When it came to Jane Doe, she was still being paid by Diddy, 10K a month. Her rent was still getting taken care of. Her lawyers were paid for by Diddy. She got expensive gifts. She was not, he did not put his hands on her until, hold on, I gotta block somebody. Hold on. Let me block somebody because I'll be forgetting to block your ass. Can't come in my chat and talk shit and think you gonna no, you ain't gonna live in my chat. Go live in somebody else's chat, ho. Sorry, y'all. I've been meaning to block that person and then I forgot. I keep forgetting to block them. Like sometimes I'll be forgiving y'all too easily. Jane Doe playing that trip to Turks and Caicos and all that shit. Like then when she left, she hugged Teeny Garagos, right? She hugged Teeny. And so with that all being said, it was like, like that ain't. And I hate saying you have to have the perfect witness, right? But she definitely was not the perfect witness. She wasn't at all. I don't care if Diddy didn't treat her like she was number one. And mind you, I don't think, and I have to remember, but I don't think he ever said, like, you're my girlfriend. She wanted to be the only one, but was she ever the only one? Like, he claimed Cassie, but I don't remember hearing during that trial, reading the transcript, that he claimed her. Did he ever actually claim her, y'all? I never heard him claim her. So it just seemed like you were just some kind of obsessed woman who thought you were going to be wifed up or you were going to be the one to change him and then you weren't. Why is that different from how men are talking bad about Cassie during the trial? What is that in relation to what I was talking about? Claimed as he thinks people are his property. Well, and I'm not just talking about publicly, like claim, like, oh, this is my girl, but at least like, hey, we go together, we're together. Because even when he was on the podcast with Young Miami, she said, do we go together? And he was all like, oh, we just chilling, you know? He didn't even claim Young Miami technically. So with that being said, yeah, she was going, and don't forget, he started loving on her once the Cassie lawsuit hit. That's when he started loving on her. So obviously it was fake, but she still continued and she still went along with it. Don't forget that. She still went along with it after the Cassie lawsuit. She stopped for 3 months and then she went back. She had her opinions and they had theirs. Okay. So going back to what I was talking about with Tisa, like the obvious, it was like that wasn't shared or that wasn't reported. So I can see why people are like, okay, well, you were in bed. Now, I guess she was kind of waiting until after the trial. But one of the things that people were saying was that, oh, Tisa got special privileges and she had a special seat and all that stuff. And then she clarified that she got a media pass and she was able to then be in a separate line from everybody else. So she did finally speak to that and explain why she had like a whole separate area or special, you know, area. And then also too, probably where she was sitting, that was the section for everybody. Everybody just sat in the same seat. So that's why it seemed like it was special or something like that. I know that Stephanie So, the Rotten Mango lady, she had like a team of people there that would go to the trial. Like I thought she was going every day. I found out through Sam when I interviewed him, Stephanie So, she wasn't going every day. She got people there doing the reporting and shit like that for her. She was only there for like a few days and then she had her people do it. Shit. That's how I want to be. I want to have my people do my shit for me, and then I just be the personality that come on camera. She got money like that. AT2 broke. Y'all ain't send me no money right now at all. Shit. That's why I can't send nobody to the Diddy trial. Shit. But yeah, so that's what Stephanie did. But you seen Tisa going every day, being in line, like paying the line sitter. That line sitter situation is still crazy to me. How you pay somebody and you trust that they're saving a spot for it. Yeah, that shit is wild. I don't know if I would be so hell-bent to be on the courtroom. I think I know from Celebrity Scandalous, she was just happy just being there. But trying to be in the courtroom every day and stuff like that, unless it was like an important day, like I don't know if I could trust somebody like that. And thank you, Denitria, because they ain't hitting the like button. So because y'all ain't hitting the like button, let me just sit here and wait. Let's get the likes up to 250. It's 496. At least hit the dislike button. If you hit the dislike button, I'm cool with that. But shit. The overflow was lit. Oh, thank you, T Lounge. See? Yeah, but paying somebody 400, 500, and mind you, that's daily that they're paying these people. I ain't got no money to be paying 500, 600. Nah, I would either get there early, or I'ma just go in the overflow room. I don't think it's that serious. I mean, because you're going to be able to watch. You're going to be able to watch what happens in the courtroom, no matter what. So you being in there, and and then I just think about it too. Like y'all was going there, and y'all was probably stinking because y'all been outside for at least like 8 hours before you even get in the courtroom. So some of y'all was probably funky as hell. And then me, I got pseudo IBS. So when I gotta take a shit, I gotta take a shit. So yeah, that wouldn't have worked for me. I would have been to court late every day, smelling fresh and so clean. I wouldn't be I know TMI. But yeah, I got pseudo IBS. So yeah, when I gotta go, I gotta go. They call me fat ass AT2. So I need to eat. Like you telling me I couldn't eat the whole damn time? I gotta be in that courtroom not eating? Shit, y'all got y'all priorities messed up. Shit. I gotta eat, I gotta shower, I gotta take a shit, I gotta do all that. Yeah. It was meant for me not to go. It was meant for me not to go to the trial. That's what I found out. Mm-hmm. It was meant for me not to go. Like I said, if you go thinking that you're going to be a big star and stuff like that, you are only going to hurt yourself. And I feel like that's what a lot of people thought. But it wasn't written in the stars for you to be a big star. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't have went just with the insight to be a big star, but I feel like also too that played into some of the Tisa stuff. I'm gonna just be honest, because we know on this platform y'all hate people with good coochie. We know this. Y'all hate people with good coochie, and because Tisa was killing it and she was doing her damn thing, I think some people had legit reasons to hate. And then I feel like most people were just hating just because.
Clearly, we can clearly see he sucked. Obviously, 82 is not gonna recognize how much he sucks, is even gonna platform him. Even if his own friend, Couture Bay, the woman with the good coochie, like, even if she is...
That's still a classic clip. I love that clip. But anyway, I should have warned y'all because some of y'all are new and don't get the joke. But yeah, this is somebody in here trolling. Just like earlier, you said you deposited your check, but I checked my cash app and you didn't deposit no goddamn check. But yeah, oh yeah, Mims already know. Yeah, shout out to Mims. Mims was doing this thing too. But if we gotta pick the star, Tisa was the star. She was the star. I can't lie on that. Now, again, shout out to Queen Amada Shakur because she did. I watched her video, right, and she was talking about like there's situations that happen with Tisa and stuff like that. So this is why she was over there saying like, "Oh, you lied," blah 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 blah. So she had her own interaction. What I was confused about when it came to Ratchet and Tisa, because remember they were on each other lives and stuff like that. Well, that one day, and then when we were trying to guess who got kicked out the courtroom, remember he came up on my channel and said, "Yeah, we all cool," blah blah blah. And then when the verdict happened, and then when he was calling her out, I was like, "Whoa, like wait, what? I thought everybody was cool, you know?" So that's what I was confused about. No, I didn't think that he was going to put his hands on her or do anything. He was far back. So I'm not even going to put that out there that he was going to do something to her and all that. Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. What I was calling Tisa out specifically on that was when she was talking about when she was on Nancy Grace, remember? And she was like, "Yeah, they told me they were going to Cassie me," and all that. That's what I was talking about. Like she was playing it up for the camera. That part when she said they said they were going to Cassie her and all that. I was like, no, I didn't hear nobody said that. That was on, you know, it was on camera. There's a YouTube channel that got both of their lives side by side, and you can hear everything, right? So that's one situation. So you know you can compare side by side, but I didn't hear anybody say they were going to, yeah, no, I didn't hear anybody say they were going to Cassie her or anything like that. Oh, well, ding, ding, ding. That's another lie. See, y'all asked for a lie. Y'all got another one. Shout out to Measurement. He said, so the feds called her to announce that Diddy had an escape plan. Come on, folks. So I heard about that, but I have not watched the video myself. I did not watch the video myself, though. What Coco said. Coco said Ratchet and Powderhead got together on Hate Train, and it was what happened. Oh, you think they like linked up and like not in that way? Don't start no damn rumors, y'all. But I guess they're cool now or something like that. So I don't know. It could be. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, how did that all change? Like, did you secretly befriend her just to turn on? Like, what happened? Like, that was where I was confused about. Because if we cool, I'm not going to be all like, say if IE Network had did something, I'm not going to call them out publicly. Like, I'll be all like, hey, you know, how come you said this and this is not true, blah, blah, blah. Wait, y'all still not getting the likes up? I thought I told y'all to hit that goddamn like button. At least the like button is free. I mean, yeah, I do want some money, but at least the like button is free. Let's do a minute countdown until y'all act right. No, I didn't say Queen lied. That's not what I said. Maybe you're behind in the chat and you probably was addressing something else. But yeah, no, I didn't say Queen lied. No, no, no. My son is lighter than Tisa. He was born with gray eyes. Oh, okay, gray eyes turn hazel. My doc asked, oh, not the milkman, baby. Yeah, black can come in all shades and colors, y'all. Like, stop it, y'all. We spent like a whole hour on whether Tissa Tails is black or not. See, this is y'all be effing me up. Y'all so damn ridiculous. I'm glad she held her own, didn't back. Yeah, and that was the other thing too, because the way she said, "Oh, they're gonna Diddy me." Well, I watched Armon and I watched Neek at Night. Neek at Night, I think she put her video on members, but she went. But I guess when they went inside the courtroom, she gave him the business. And then when they came back, and then because here's the thing, we gonna have a real conversation. Tisa knows that people are watching her. And it's not, just white people watching her. Everybody's watching her, right? So she knew if she would have acted out and really acted a full back with him on camera, it would have been bad. So, of course, she waited until she got in the inside and then really said something, So I felt like that was strategic. It was the part of her saying, like, they say I was going to be Cassied and all that. And I was like, wait, no. We didn't hear that. Unless that happened at a separate location or something like that. But the way she was in the car and like, I had to hurry up and get out of there. And I had my armed guards. Well, no, that's not what we heard. Like when you went back inside, yeah. And I never got that Tisa was a punk. And she even said this on her show that she ain't a punk. She said that she ain't a punk. So, yeah. And I didn't think like she was being colorist when she was saying broke or whatnot. Oh, here we go again. I didn't think she was being colorist because Ratchet also talked about her wig too. So it was like a microaggression and a microaggression or a macroaggression. So, yeah. I didn't see it as anything, more than that. Tisa went in. Yeah. So her, trying to play the role like, oh my God, I had to hurry up and run out of it. And I was like, nah, that's not what we heard. And that's not what we seen. Vilified jurors. Hold on. I wanted to read this comment real quick. Public officials with no factual basis, crime. Oh, are you talking about Tisa? Directly encourage followers to find and confront jurors. Oh, no, that's not good. Excuse me. I hope she didn't do that because, yeah. And trust me, I think those jurors are going to. I know there was like an alternative juror that spoke, but I think those jurors are probably going to try to go in hiding or something like that. Like, I'm surprised they haven't been out here doing like hella interviews and shit like that. But knowing that people are probably upset or mad, yeah, they probably not going to come out and give no interviews. And at the end of the day, no matter how you feel about the case, it was the prosecution's job to prove that Diddy was guilty, and it was the defense job to prove that he was innocent. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Right, they put up barricades after the baby oil incident. If Diddy gets out and starts suing some of these YouTubers, he's going to be in trouble. Yeah, I don't think he's going to sue the YouTubers. I think it's going to be the people filing lawsuits against them. Thank you, Ariel. I appreciate that. She went too far in line about what was said to her. She called the jurors dummies and never good. Yeah, I didn't like that, saying that the jurors enabled this because, again, she's somebody with a platform. So her saying it can rile up people. Like, I even have to be careful of what I say because I don't want to rally you guys up to do something crazy. Miss Barbara is 2 chips short from a cookie. So if I say, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get this person, Miss Barbara might pull up, and talk to the spirit angels talking about Hashagara and all that, and might put spells on people. So I got to be careful with making threats to people, you know? I got to even be careful with it. But, you know, saying that about the jurors, you could say, oh, I believe the jurors got it wrong. But harassing the jurors, no, I don't. No, 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 no. That's a big no. And I understand that she's trying to, you know, you got to be so salacious with the content so you can get picked up by networks and all that stuff. But saying that about the jurors, it can put their lives in danger. And yeah, that's not okay. Especially with a platform like her. It'd be different if it was like, you know, maybe a couple of hundred in the chat, but she would have like 10,000 in the chat. And I think all her videos got over 100K views. So that means a lot of people have seen it. And her subscriber count has not gone on. She had 600K. Shout out to her. Now, I do know that there's some YouTubers that would be like Tisa trying to sabotage me or do stuff in my chat and all this other shit. And I don't think she has people out there doing things to other people's chat. Now, what she was doing at the courthouse, I can't speak to that. But I don't think she got anybody doing shit to somebody's channel. Unless I get a strike, I can't, you know, say anything. But I don't think she's doing all that. Nah. I hear he isn't innocent. No, I said about, you know, the situation with him and Tisa. Like, did he befriend her just to turn on her? Because they were cool in the beginning. I said that. She mustn't do her sage rituals. What Miss Barbara say? Hold on. Nancy was encouraging everything she was saying, and the media loved it. And she will be platformed after this trial is over on a major on major networks because of the ruthlessness. Yeah, Miss Barbara, we kind of on the same page. Yeah, I think definitely the networks, especially Nancy Grace, because if you realize Tisa does her commentary in the style of Nancy Grace, so you can already see what she's shooting for. People used to call her jealous of Portia Williams and was bullying her with her commentary about her. Tisa is a black. Oh, don't call her black. They saying the lady East Indian. They saying she Indonesian. Don't call her black, queen. Don't call her black. Y'all so. Oh my god, y'all get on my goddamn nerves. I swear. Yeah. Y'all are crazy with that. White woman Tisa. I guess that's what y'all think she is. And again, just because I don't know what her dude looks like or whatnot, I think that's also another conversation. Like, oh, she dating a white man. I don't know what he looks like. I don't know if he is white. She could be married to a rich African. You never know. But I don't think who she dates signifies that she doesn't like black people and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I don't like all that. Oh my god, I hate these content creators feel like they can't call her out. Stop clapping for her. It's not legit. I don't think I'm clapping her. Well, no, I still stand on what I said. Like, she's gonna do what she gotta do to get a deal, get a network deal. Now, listen, here's my thing. Whether her commentary was biased or not about Diddy, I don't give a fuck. I don't know Diddy. Now, if it was commentary on my mama, like, you better be fucking accurate when you do some commentary on my mama. But if it's Diddy, like, okay, and let me be honest. I wasn't watching her like that to point out all the lies and all the inconsistencies. Like, that's not what I was doing. I honestly didn't like covering the whole Diddy trial because I didn't want to talk about all the freak offs and baby oil and shit like that. You niggas is freaky. That's why y'all wanted to talk about that shit every day. But AT2 did not want to talk about that shit every day. I'm conservative. But you know, like I didn't get any pleasure on talking about Diddy every day. Like that's why I wouldn't do that shit every the details and shit like that. That shit was nasty, y'all. Like I don't know how y'all did that every day. But yeah. But like I said, if I hear something, just like I called out the whole she had a run and they said that she was going to be Cassie, I called that out. But I'm only going to call out the stuff that I heard. I'm not going to call out everything that somebody else says. I can't call out something that somebody else said if I didn't hear it, because people are going to be like, okay, well, where'd you hear that from? Well, I can't tell you because I don't know. I'm just repeating what other people said. I can only tell you the things that I have heard. Tisa is not in my repertoire like that every day where I'm watching her consistently like that. Just like the Diddy escape plan. I didn't even watch that video. I seen it, but I didn't watch it. The last video I watched of hers was the few days ago. I can get on here and lie and make up some shit and be like, yeah, Tisa did, but if I didn't watch it, I'm not going to say that. Or if I don't know myself. It's the T-Hive. They will attack those who come for her. Oh, yeah. Even with the stuff that I'm saying, I know that Tisa's people are going to come and still terrorize me in the chat and say like I'm bullying her and all this other stuff, even though I didn't call her out her name or say anything like that. So, yeah, okay. But again, I feel like there's people who watch Tisa to call her out, and then there's people who watch Tisa because they're entertained by her. I'm more like, okay, I watch it when I watch it. Like, I'm not literally watching her every move to see what she lied and said about. I can only call out the things that I have heard. I can't call out anything that anybody else has heard. And if you want to see the stuff that people call her out on, then yeah, go to them. What's up, True Diamond? How you doing? Yeah, go to them. I can only tell you the shit that I've heard. But as far as her hustle and that she went to New York to work, oh, I'm giving her flowers. Listen, I'm glad that even though y'all don't consider her black, at least there was a black voice that was the main voice compared to the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez situation. Who was the voice? No, not the voice. Who was the face of the Tory Lanez trial? Who was the face of that? I'll give y'all 30 seconds to put it in the chat. Who was the face of the Tory Lanez trial? A lot of y'all said Milagro, but I think people more watch Milagro for the ratchetness, but I don't think people went to Milagro for the facts. It was Megan Cuniff who got reposted by the Neighborhood Talk, Hollywood Unlocked, TMZ, The Shade Room. Every time that Megan tweeted something about the trial, she was getting reposted on all the blogs. I didn't see Milagro get reposted like that. Now, I will say shout out to Neek at Night, because Neek at Night was the one that went and got all the exhibits and the transcripts and everything like that and posted all those videos and shit like that. She did her big one. I will give her credit for that. But as far as like the voice of the Tory Lanez, even still today when there's something going on with Tory Lanez, who do they repost? Megan. So, what I was saying with this one, whether you like Tisa or not, she was the face of this. Now there was many faces, don't get me wrong, but if we had to pick like the star, it was her. And then we can go down the list, and of course Armon is in the conversation too as well. What was I gonna say? Damn, there was a point that I was gonna say. Yeah, so basically, as far as her doing her big one and you know taking the opportunity and running with it, I give her credit for that. Now, am I? Do I like her tactics of going you know, trying to rally up people against the jurors and stuff like that? No, I don't like that. Of course, I don't, and I would never condone that. But as far as her being, you know, doing the damn thing, I got to give her credit. Just like Armon, I had to give him his credit. Maybe another trial, you know, I'll be the star. Probably not. But, you know, like, it goes and flows. Okay, a lot of y'all like Neek. Yeah, Neek took all those, got all the exhibits and shit like that and put it out there. Remember she did that? Yeah, she did her big one. We have to stop condoning lies. The freedoms you stripped today could be the protections you need tomorrow. And she was complicit in trying to help take us all down, making up laws as you go. Right. And listen, it's all the way you do it, right? Again, for me, I'm not condoning any misinformation, no lies. I'm just saying overall, as far as her being the one to really put it out there and she was doing the work, I'm giving her flowers. And by the way, Measure Man already knows this, but I'm not saying that you guys have to agree with me at all. I'm not saying that. You know what? Let me ask y'all real quick. Would you say that Tisa was the star of this trial as far as like the content creators and stuff like that? Would you say Tisa was a star? Or who would you say it was? Go ahead, put it in the chat. Shout out to the hospital picture crew. No. Yes, Armon. Sean G. Shout out to Sean G. Armon. Oh, okay, Tisa. Okay, Armon. Oh, Simone. Okay, that's a new one. Armon. Mims. Okay. No, Inner City Press. Act Sean G. Act, I'll say no to that, but I see where you're going with it. Mo. Mims, Queen. I like Queen too. Tisa and Armon. Tisa. The old couple. I know you ain't talking about Sure on Peril. Chronicle Speaks. The Asian girl that Diddy mouth. I know you too. Honestly, she doesn't come up at all. Shout out to Addicted. But Rotten Mango, she doesn't come up in my algorithm at all. I haven't seen her on the news or nothing. I would say no to that one. Now, is she gonna make money and get views and stuff like that? Yeah, of course. But you know, I wouldn't consider that she was out there. You know, she gonna be a star from this trial. That's the old couple. Oh, that is a yeah. Is that the old couple? Is it? I feel like y'all being shady with that one. Are y'all talking about Sure and Peril? Because definitely, that's a no. But yeah, Rotten Mango is a media personality. Where's Ack at? What's up with the whole Drake saying that London rappers are better than American rappers? He just be saying shit just to say shit. All right. So I want to go ahead and close out the show with like a fun game. So these are my top 5 YouTubers that should have went to the trial. Okay, y'all ready? Y'all ready? No particular order. No particular order at all. Okay. So number 1, I feel who should have went to the trial. And mind you, I do not like this person. However, when it comes to fuckery and foolery, this would have been the best person to go. And I still stand on it today. Wiley. Wiley should have been at the trial. Wiley should have been at the trial. CP Travels. Keep that in your back pocket because I actually, y'all gonna hate me for saying something about Lovely T, but I gotta tell the truth. Wiley, listen. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with that. Wiley should have went to the trial. Put a 1 in the chat. Like, I feel like Wiley would have did it the right way. Bias ain't the problem. She was lying. I respect that, IE Network. I respect that. Wiley would have gave us, like, he would have been in so much shit. He would have been down for the niggatry. Like, Wiley, when you look up the definition of niggatry, it got Wiley picture in there. Like, you know what happened to Armon? Armon had that Wiley spirit in him, and that's why he was acting a goddamn fool, being rubbed down with baby oil and sprayed with, baby oil and shit like that. You can't tell me that Wiley wouldn't have been at that courthouse getting sprayed down with baby oil. You cannot tell me that shit. That was supposed to be Wiley. That Wiley spirit got in Armon, and Armon... Yo! That Wiley spirit got in Armon, and Armon lost his goddamn mind and started getting rubbed down with baby oil and everything. Like, you can't tell me that wouldn't have been Wiley. You cannot tell me that. That shit would have been fucking hilarious. That is Wiley. That was supposed to be Wiley. Wiley missed his moment because he's so fucking psychotic and such a dumbass. He missed his perfect opportunity. He fucks up everything. But anyway, yeah, can you imagine more or more? Listen, Wiley, get on your dirt. That was Wiley moment. That was supposed to be Wiley. I'm telling you. Somebody else who I thought should go, shout out to Love Jones. She was here earlier, but I don't know if she's still here. Love Jones was supposed to be there. Love Jones, definitely her, because she kind of does like the rage bait content with these men, we gotta go after these men, and da-da-da-da-da. She does all that. She would have been perfect. She's in New York. Like, why did you not go? You should have been there. You definitely would have killed it. Like, she missed her opportunity. She effed that one up. And I noticed that a lot of people that lived in New York wasn't there. That was the crazy part. But she definitely should have been there. Now, Jamaican girl, don't get blocked in my chat. Don't ever say something like that. I ain't going to put your comment up, but don't ever say something like that. It's all love, Jamaican girl, but no. Anyway, but yeah, she definitely should have been there. And y'all, I've seen a lot of y'all say Storm. Storm should have been there as well too. Storm should have went. I think that would have been a perfect opportunity for Storm as well too. But I think Storm doesn't like being in large crowds and around people. So okay, I can see why he didn't go. So we got 3. The next one is Miss Barbara still in here? Miss Barbara crazy ass. Y'all be so annoyed when Miss Barbara get up here with the niggatry. Y'all be so pissed off at me. But I love me some Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara would have been there talking and speaking in tongues, praying over people, putting curses on people. There she go. Praying on people, putting curses on people, cussing people out. She would have been with the shit. Y'all know that one lady, Cantor, that took a bird bath in the well or some shit like that? That Cantor, I would love to see Cantor and Miss Barbara go at it. That would have been fucking entertainment. Damn, Miss Barbara, you missed your opportunity. Miss Barbara would have been acting a god. Jazz know what I'm talking about. Shout out to Miss Barbara. Miss Barbara would have been acting a goddamn fool at that trial. Miss Barbara would have been perfect. Miss Barbara, why didn't you go? That's another person who's in New York who didn't go. Miss Barbara would have been perfect. I'm telling you, she would have acted a goddamn fool at that courthouse. It would have gave us everything that we needed. I'm telling you. Before I give you my last one, let me say who shouldn't have went to the trial. And this is just one name. Two names, actually. Two names. Oh, somebody already guessed my last one. So I'm gonna try to come up with something different. So I see some of y'all saying that Tasha should have went. I don't think Tasha should have went, because if Tasha went, she just would have been another YouTuber. And you know how I know this? Because Lovely T went. And Lovely T was just another YouTuber. Lovely T did not stick out. Lovely T did not stick out. Like, I don't know what it was, but it just didn't do it for me. Like, I guess she was going for the experience, but why were you there? I don't feel like she was significant. And mind you, I don't think she trying to be more popular or anything like that, but it didn't make any sense for her to go at all. Like, it really made her seem smaller than what she is. She was just another YouTuber off the street. That's what she looked like. Compared to everybody else, it was kind of like, why'd you go? Like, it didn't boost her up. Yeah. And here's the thing too. You could say, well, AT2, she went for the experience. If you was just going there for the experience, you could experience your ass at home. Oh shit, y'all about to clip that shit up. But you could have experienced your ass at home, you know? And so with that being said, I feel like with Tasha, now Tasha would have been more out there, but I don't think it would have benefited Tasha at all. I think the way she did it, have the guy there. I forgot the dude with the hat. What is his name? You know, having the guy there and then him reporting back to her and stuff like that, I think that worked out perfectly. But if Tasha would have went there, I don't think it would have been a benefit or it just kind of and that's how I felt about Lovely T. I was kind of like, you know, someone that shouldn't have went to the trial, Jaguar Wright. When Jaguar Wright went to the trial, it messed up everything for her. Because you just went for one day. What'd you go for one day for? Excuse me. You shouldn't have went at all. And you know you still got the warrants. So why'd you even go? It really did not benefit Jaguar Wright. And as more facts came out about the trial, like, it was all like, oh, everything Jag said was a lie. I mean, we knew it was a lie, but there were some people still fooled. It's a lot of people who love that conspiracy theory shit. Oh, did somebody send me money? Oh, thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. Oh, shout out to Jackie. Shout out to Queen. Shout out to Jackie. Oh, I feel blessed right now. Thank you. But yeah, why'd you even go for one day? There was no point in you going. And all that shit you were saying obviously was a lie. I heard now she's saying that she doesn't know Diddy and that Jay-Z is going to be the bigger case. So now she flip-flopping. After she said she was at the freak off, she supplied the girls. She got girls to escape the freak offs. All those lies that she was saying, now she's saying none of it is true. She doesn't know Diddy. All she knows is Jay-Z. She ruined her whole reputation. And for what? She could have just stuck on Jay-Z and that was it. But she was getting paid for all those. I hope you guys get your money back for all those interviews you paid her for, because everything she told you was a lie. I would definitely talk to my credit card company, my bank, and get all that money back. She's a bird. right, Couture Bay. Right, bad press boy. Yeah, trash, toilet. Oh, you would have liked to see Dookie Way there? That's interesting. All right. So the last person who I felt that should have been there that wasn't there. Dang, I have more than 5 people. I just thought about it. I have more than 5 people. Oh, also too, somebody who I feel like shouldn't have been there. Gene Deal. I was like, what was Gene Deal really there for? Like, I just nah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. So the last person who I feel like who should have been there, believe it or not, controversial, Sloan Bella. And not because I feel like she would have been able to report or anything like that. I would just have loved to see her get terrorized, because they would have terrorized. You think Tisa got it bad? They would have terrorized that lady. Yo, they would have terrorized that lady if she had went. She couldn't use her psychic powers to, escape everyone. So I think that I would want most of the people that I want there would be for the shit show. Yeah, I'm admitting it. Yeah, I think definitely that would have been funny. Honorable mentions. Of course, Couture Bay, but Couture Bay is overseas, so that couldn't work. Messy Sweet Spot. Shout out to Gigi. Messy Sweet Spot. Messy Sweet Spot is hilarious. One of my favorite people off the app. But yeah, Messy Sweet Spot should have went. I feel that, believe it or not, why didn't the Blue Couch, what's their names? Real Life Production, Real Life Street Stars, they should have went. Honestly feel like they should have went. I think their channel would be more impactful, because now, are people really watching their interviews still? I know I don't care about them. No hate to them. Shout out to them. I want them to make as much money as possible. But yeah, I don't think we're really caring like that anymore. So I think for them to get they scan back in the game, I think that would have been perfect if they went to the trial. I think that would have worked for them. Oh, some of y'all saying no. Okay. Y'all don't like that one. CTV should have went. Yeah, CTV should have went. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. IE Network, I can't put your comment on the screen, but I agree. Powderhead definitely should not have went. That fool was struggling to get a plane ticket home. Yeah, he definitely should not have went. Epstein Files got lost on Jag's boat. Y'all so stupid. I hate y'all. The white lady with the Megan Cuniff, she did go. Megan Cuniff went. She was trying to get her moment. It didn't work out for her. Like, she went too late too. Kind of like when Lovely T went too late. Yeah, it was kind of like, I was surprised that Sean Atwood, they didn't have nobody to go. I would picture that Sean Atwood, there would be some people to from his team to go. Nobody went from there. I mean, they made all that money off of Diddy and Jaguar Wright. You would think that they would have tried to go. No, they didn't go. Or at least have an American representative. They didn't have nothing. Who else? Who else? Uncle Tim from the B sector. Uncle Tim would have been funny. Oh, yeah, Murad Morali, he was there. Yeah, he was like, I got a hug from Mama Combs. I was like, wait, aren't you anti-Diddy? What you doing hugging the mama? That was weird. I don't know. If you like it, I love it. What's up, Juan? But yeah, those are all my people that I felt like should have went. Like, I think they would have, yeah. Oh, he would probably be put on the no list too. Like, he shouldn't have went. Like, I think he went like the last couple of days. Yeah. Cynthia G. Oh, Cynthia G. That would have been hilarious. Yeah. I'm surprised it wasn't more people from like the Red Pill Manosphere that went. The only people that I know was Fit from Fresh and Fit, Myron. He's the only one that went. DJ Vlad didn't go. I think DJ Vlad is kind of scary. I don't think he would have went. The lead attorney would have been good too. Yeah. You know, lead attorney, he doesn't come up on my timeline. Is he doing all right? Because I know he had his his cancer scare. He said this publicly. He was fighting cancer. Like, hold on. Now that I said his name, I know he's probably gonna pop up in my algorithm again. Okay, he's still around. Okay. Yeah, he's still around. He just doesn't come up on my algorithm at all. Okay. Vlad the Culture Vulture. No Jumper did nothing either. Yeah, No Jumper. Nah. I think No Jumper, they losing money, so they didn't have any money to go to a Diddy trial. But yeah, I'm surprised they didn't try to send anybody. Armon for you. Okay. Yeah, I that's what I was doing on my phone. I had to look him up. Sky, I can't put your comment up either, but I definitely agree with that. The Potterhead should not have went. Ticket TV. Oh, yeah. Let me be honest. I've never watched Ticket TV. Is that a man or a woman? I've never watched them before. Y'all talk about it. I'll check it out tonight. I'll put that on my list of content creators to watch, but I've never watched Ticket TV before. There was who's the one dude? Is Celebrity Scandalous in here? Who's that one dude? That one dude. Is it Tough TV? Is that what his name is? Hold on, let me see. Yeah, Tough News TV. He should have went. Yeah, I like his channel. I'm subscribed. Tough News TV. He should have went. The Real Rap Show has great footage daily. His camera was insane. Oh damn, I missed your comment. Ticket is a man. I like him, but he's very emotional. Oh, okay. Yeah. Lead attorney. Yeah, I agree. He should have went. All right, y'all. You know I only give y'all an hour show. I gave y'all an hour and 30 minutes. I done blessed y'all with my presence. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the show. You know, it's tough getting on here and like getting the backlash and getting the heat. But hey, it's what I signed up for and I don't mind it. So, you know, it's part of the job that goes with it. I might not say the popular things. I might say the unpopular things. But at the end of the day, it's my opinion. And I can only speak for me. But I love y'all. Y'all have a great night. We out of here, y'all. Deuces, everybody.